Hi, welcome. Welcome to our first video in 2013. My name is Ling Fai. I'm a certified massage therapist, certified hypnotherapist, and holistic healer. Today I would like to talk about something that is very interesting and is a new form of healing arts available at Direct Mindpower Holistic Healing Center, located in Canoga Park, California. So what is this holistic healing arts about? What is it called? And actually it's called AcuPranic Therapy. What AcuPrana? So you probably look at me like, what is it? What is that? Is that an English word? Well, actually, if you look at AcuPranic Therapy, the AcuPranic, they are two separate components. So the first part of Acu is a short form representing acupuncture and meridian theory. The second half, what I call it pranic, is actually based upon the knowledge and technique in pranic healing modality. Pranic healing is a non-touch healing modality. So with my extensive knowledge and training back in the last few years, technically almost like 10 years on and off of training before I actually graduated, I was able to combine the knowledge in the pranic healing technique and the concept of it together with the acupuncture and the Chinese medicine diagnosis. So you'll be like, what's so special about it? What's the difference between this and acupuncture? Or what is it such a big deal between this and pranic healing? Well, put it this way, I literally picked the best thing from both worlds. In regards to acupuncture, it's a great medicine. It's a great modality for people who are either very sick or very healthy. They just want to maintain a good health, maintain the balance in our body based on the 5 elements theory. So what I created is like a blended technique. What I call it blended technique because I will use the basis of the Chinese medicine concept and look at a person as a whole based on their diet, their digestive system, urinary system, the daily habits, stress level, or even any other medical conditions. All the signs and symptoms, whatever complaints that they may have. Based on all those information that I may gather, along with the traditional Chinese medicine's tongue and pulse diagnosis. What we call diagnosis only because we have different ways to understand the patterns of our pulse and also the patterns of our tongue, either the shape, the color, the tongue coating, and so forth. So based on all those information that I can gather from a person who comes in for help, I'll be able to choose the most beneficial acupressure points for that person. Then, with that theory and the technique and knowledge, I will be able to combine with the technique that I've learned and been practicing since I finished all my training in 2011. In the AcuPranic Therapy, I was able to use pranic healing technique, which is a non-touch healing. So if you think about it, non-touch, and what about the acu part? The acu part is easy. The acu part, I just utilize the essence of the concept of the 5 elements and the meridian theory. So combining the pranic healing non-touch therapy, I was able to create what we call AcuPrana. So what is AcuPrana? AcuPrana is just what I call energetic needles, invisible needles. The invisible needles can be created with different colors, different lengths, form and shape. Even though I call it needles, it does not necessarily have to look like a needle, because they are all created by energies. So you'll be looking at me like, energies? So are you using your own energies? No, definitely not. Any prana healers, actually, when we work on a client, we do not use our own energy. We use what we call the universal chi, universal prana. Prana, chi, they all mean the same. It's the vital force. It's the life force from the universe. So by creating those energetic needles, invisible needles, what I call AcuPrana, I'll be able to use them in different colors based on the knowledge, based on the teachings from prana healing. I will be able to insert those invisible needles into that person's acupressure points. So in essence, I'll be able to use invisible needles and perform what I call AcuPranic Therapy. It is acupuncture with no needles, because in the physical world we cannot see the actual needles, and I do not need the actual needles. However, the results are phenomenal. I have clients in the past that was able to try out acupuncture treatment, the traditional acupuncture treatment. And because the treatments were not too successful, in the sense that the physical body was sick, yet it got entangled by the emotional status. The emotional issues in a person can cause a lot of side effects, if I have to call it that way. Over a long period of time, when we get really sad, stressed, upset, or even angry at something or somebody, over a long period of time, that person eventually will become sick. You have to understand that our body in this physical world doesn't get sick right away. It takes some time. If you say I catch cold, it's not necessary you catch cold and then get sick instantly, unless you have a really weak immune system. Okay, that will be what I call exception. However, when a person is getting sick, usually go through a several stages. Usually when a body has the aura field, what we call aura field or energy field, whatever you want to call that, depending on the modality and the school of thoughts, we have those energy fields constantly surrounding us and also inside our body. Just like when I talked about in the previous video, I mentioned that we inhale oxygen, we always exhale carbon dioxide. This is a natural process. This is how our respiratory system works. Okay, so when it comes to energy field, we always have it. Even though you may not see it, you may not be able to touch it, you cannot taste it, doesn't really matter. It's there. The energy is there. Otherwise, you won't be watching this video right now. Okay, so just bear with me. Kind of listen to me and hear it out. Follow along a little bit. So when we have this aura field and energetic field, when we talk about catching cold, there could be some other virus. When we talk about flu, even though technically we don't get sick just by those viruses, it's just our body is getting weak. Therefore, the virus can attack us. We cannot defend ourselves. Okay? So when those viruses, other what we call negative or disease energy coming towards you, those energy will kind of hang on to your energy field. Look at your energy field as like a big, gigantic spider web. Okay, if I have to put it that way. So that spider web can catch anything. Whatever things they've thrown at the spider web catches it. So can you imagine if somebody is talking smack about you, somebody is thinking about you all the time, they, he or she misses you. Family members, think about you, or just want to talk to you. When they send out those signals, what we call signals or energy, it will come at you or just hang on to you. Well, not you per se, but your spider web, the energy field. So same thing for disease energy or viruses or any form of energies. Any living thing, it has its own form of energy. Okay. That touch on what we call quantum physics. So I'm not talking about the quantum physics right now. So once your body, the outer aura, that spider web surrounding you, catching up too much, it will progressively going deeper inside your energy field, closer and closer, and will get inside your body. Because remember, inside your body you do have the energy as well. That's why acupuncture works, because acupuncture is a modality that actually can use needles to unblock the channels inside your body. By unblocking the channels, the qi energy and blood, according to the Chinese medicine, can flow smoothly. Therefore, pain will go away. That person will feel better because the 5 elements in our body are balanced finally. Then a person will feel healthy and happy. So with the same concept, when we use AcuPranic Therapy, because of the fact that we use the same idea and concept and the knowledge to pick the best acupressure points on a person. And remember, acupressure points or acupuncture points, however you want to call that, those points in our body are actually like small mini chakras. Okay, so we have those mini chakras along each channel according to the Chinese acupuncture meridian theory. So when one of the points are blocked, not healthy, then it's going to affect the whole channel. Depending on where that channel travels along, those internal organs or energy field will be affected as well. So over a prolonged period of time, those energy hanging on to your spider web, your outer spider web, coming inside your body progressively, then your body, your physical body, will finally manifest with illnesses, sickness, or even worse, some sort of disease. When a person who's actually having a cancer, it doesn't mean that that is the only time the person has cancer cells. Technically, every single person right now, you and me, are experiencing a lot of cancer cells throughout our body. So we are actually dealing with cancers every day. But why I'm not getting cancer? Why you're so healthy? Why you're watching this video and you feel great? Because of the fact that we have our immune system. Our immune system is so amazing that we're able to fight off any germs, any bacteria, well, bad germs, bacteria, and also all those cancer cells. So what I'm trying to say is that when we use the AcuPranic Therapy, we use a similar approach by combining the meridian theory, picking the right points, depending on what kind of problem, pain, emotional stress, stomach ache, whatever, that you want to get help. We gather information, pick the best points, then we'll come along using the pranic healing technique, creating invisible needles, and insert those needles into that person's selected points. The good thing about AcuPranic Therapy, obviously, you don't have to take off clothes. Number one, I think that's the best thing. Number two, you don't have to sit down or lay on your back or face down on the bed for 15-20 minutes. Some of them actually probably have to stay a little bit longer depending on your condition and illnesses. So you don't have to deal with that. And in fact, you can just sit there and watch me doing the whole process. And you can still fall asleep if you want to, because this whole process can be very relaxing as well. So can you imagine that I'm inserting all those invisible needles and you're still able to walk around, go to the bathroom, talk to me, drink some water while I'm still working on you. And I can still produce amazing result. So that is the reason why I become more interested in creating those AcuPrana, which is the energetic needles, with the help of my previous patients in acupuncture as an intern. I actually be able to practice along when I was doing my internship, that to use the actual needles on them and without the actual needles, and using the energetic needles also, be able to see that the results are pretty much the same. And in fact, because of the energetic work on top of the energetic needles with the pranic healing technique, I will be able to speed up the whole process. So it's like acupuncture on steroid, but without poking anybody. So if you don't like needles, you don't like to be poked all the time, then this will be a great solution, that you don't have to worry about anybody touching you or anything poking inside your body. And it's really relaxing. You don't have to worry about have to stay in a certain position for too long. So it's a very easy, comfortable way of holistic healing process. Each session usually will last from 45 to an hour. First session usually takes about an hour to an hour and a half, because the fact that we have to talk a little bit more and get to know you a little bit more, see if there's any other thing that we can help you with. So, needless to say, AcuPranic Therapy is something that most people are so skeptical about it, because they still don't quite understand. Perhaps you're looking at me like I just don't believe it. Trust me, if you're really skeptical, I welcome you to come to our healing center just to try it out without paying any money, and just to try it out and see for yourself. Because any holistic healing arts sometimes is really difficult to convince anybody, only because we tend to want to see the result or understand the mechanism, how it works, why it works. After we make sense of the whole idea, then maybe we'll feel comfortable about it. So for the most part, people just come in, ask me questions, and you'll feel free to come in to our healing center in Canoga Park and talk to me, ask me questions, and I can demonstrate right in front of you. And you'll be able to be the judge and judge for yourself based on your own personal experience. So anyways, thank you for watching this whole video. Since this is the first video in 2013, there should be more coming, and I appreciate your time, and we would like to invite all of you to come into our free healing workshops on Mondays. So we have a free healing workshop, what we call free healing clinic, on every Monday at 7 p.m. in Canoga Park. Also every second and fourth Friday at 7 p.m. as well in Canoga Park. Those free healing workshops are free pranic healing workshops. So what we use, the type of modality that we use, are totally strictly using pranic healing technique. So when it comes to AcuPranic Therapy, feel free to give us a call, email us, come in, walk in, talk to us. We totally take walk-ins clients at this location in Canoga Park. So feel free and come visit us, ask me questions, and I would love to answer any questions that you might have. And thank you again, and God bless. Have a good day.